Hi, I'm Dolly Freeman again with Focus Blogging Conference. I am doing a retake on yesterday's video because it was horrible internet connection. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it's not easy. And thankfully, that's almost coming to an end in our country home. We're getting some internet connection going on very soon. So we're real excited about that, and I will be implementing a lot of my strategies that I'll be talking about at the Focus Blogging Conference next month about some top strategies that you could be using for any live stream videos. I hope you can join us. But right now I'm going to talk to you about 5 reasons why you cannot afford not to attend a blogging conference. And I'm not going to just speak to you about attending Focus Blogging Conference because I want you to understand that, and I spoke about this in another video this week, that you really need to pick Focus Blogging Conference. No, you really need to pick a conference that tailors to your goals and to make sure that you're making the right choice for the places that you invest in to go to for your focus or for your actual focus of your blog's growth. So I talked about that earlier this week, and there's a video on our Facebook page that you can actually find on that to help you evaluate which one is best for you, and how you can evaluate the actual cost of a conference as well. So with that being said, let's talk about the 5 reasons why you cannot afford not to attend a blogging conference. So number 1 is time is money. We all say this, we all know this, and we all try to implement this in our own lives. But where bloggers, especially novice bloggers, go wrong is that when you're first starting a blog, your time is the only resource that you actually have to build it. And oftentimes, we are investing so much time. For me, when I first started blogging, I was spending 12 or more hours a day working on my blog on top of homeschooling my children. And so it wasn't like they were in school all day and I just had these hours to work. I was actually trying to balance working this hard and working more than a full-time job while homeschooling my children, while keeping my home together. And it was just really difficult. I know Heather Grootman, who is on our Focus team, as well as one of our mentors this year, she actually said yesterday when I was trying to do this live video that she was spending 60 to 80 hours at first doing her blog as well. And looking back, I know I was spending close to 60 hours a week as well. And it's not the way that we should be doing it. So time is money. So what you need to do is attend conferences that will allow you to understand what not to do. Don't spend that much time working on your blog. It's not worth you getting stressed, losing sleep, and your home being out of balance. And I know when I attended one conference, shortly into me actually starting to blog, I heard something talk about actually blogging for filler content, just to put content out there to say, there, I'm a blogger and I blogged today. And so it really helped me to evaluate that at the time I was writing 7 posts a week, 1 every day, and it was for the very reason to put out filler content. And what this one person was sharing with us at this conference was that you really need to be focused on evergreen content. It was the first time I ever heard that word, and it really made sense to me that if I'm going to put that much time and effort into a post, I want it to be valuable to my readers. I want to make sure that at any time of the year that these posts can be read and utilized, and making the most of my time. So if time is money, you need to really be investing in learning what key things are actually important to you, and stop wasting your time doing the things that aren't. And that's what new bloggers do. We just think we know what people are doing because we're online and we see what they're doing, so, oh, we must do this as well. And when a lot of times, if you're looking at bigger bloggers, they actually have a team of writers that are helping them do it. It's not just one person behind the scenes doing it all. So you really need to evaluate that and learn what are the key parts. And so that's our second. Time is priceless. Devote a lot of time to learning and educating yourself on those things that are important for you to do. And so stop wasting your time was number 1. Really, time is money, so stop wasting it. And number two is time is priceless. Make the most of the time that you have. Invest your time into the key things that are going to grow you. And what is that? Well, come and learn at the blogging conferences so that you can see what other people are doing, how they're spending their time, and what is the most, you'll hear it again and again, ROI, return on investment. A lot of people look at that just for the money that they put in, but really you need to look at your time that you're as an investment as well. And so a blogging conference will help you learn the right things to do. So number three, the reasons why you cannot afford to not make it to a blogging conference is education. It's required for growth. I don't care what kind of work you're doing. You can be doing a beautician. You could be doing nails. You could be doing dog grooming. You could be doing any kind of home business. And you need to keep learning so that you can stay on top of that learning curve and be educating yourself so that you can continue to grow and not be stagnant. And that's what blogging conferences will do for you. If you are finding a blogging conference that is not teaching the things that are hot right now and staying with the curve of the blogosphere, then I really recommend you focus on the ones that are, because you need to stay on top of the changes that are going on and staying educated and having those strategies and methods and systems, and also to understand how to market in today's online world. There's so much out there that if you are not standing out, you're just part of the buzz and the start of your stagnation. So number three is education is required for growth. So if you're not educating yourself, and there are online courses as well as conferences. So, for us, we have our pre-sale going on for our 2016 Focus Blogging Conference. So if for any reason you just cannot make it to the actual conference where you get your mentoring, you get the implementing, you get the networking and the brainstorming, if you can't make it for our August 18th through the 20th, then I suggest you get our pre-sale. And that way you can bring that education at home and stay on top of the education that will help you grow. And we also have Focus Blogging Conference Facebook group. If you're not a part of that, join it, and we can help each other grow in this group, and you can continue your education and knowing what will make the difference for your growth. Number four is networking is crucial. I can't tell you the amount of people that I have met personally at Focus Blogging Conferences that I have worked with and been able to grow because of them, and vice versa. This is a give and take kind of atmosphere, and if you're not giving into somebody and they're not taking from you, and you're not meeting someone that's giving to you and you're taking from them, there is something missing in your blogging, because we all learn from each other, we grow from each other, we share with each other, and the best networking happens when you're meeting and rubbing shoulders with people at blogging conferences. So one of our mentors this year, Lauren Grootman, I remember meeting her at a conference one year, and we were just talking. I'm not a frugal blogger at any stretch of the imagination. However, I do talk to moms on a daily basis. I talk to homeschooling moms, and at the time, my market was mostly homeschooling moms. And I know they're a one-income family, and so when I saw that she had meal plans and some frugal things, I wanted to work with her because I could see value with my market that I could reach. I could see that I could outstretch her products and benefit from the affiliates and have them in. And now, because we networked back then, I knew she would be a great resource to be bringing to Focus and letting us all know how to get into the media. And so that all came because I rubbed shoulders with her at a conference, and we saw each other face to face, and we were networking. So if you feel like you're alone in the blogging world, you probably are, because you're not getting that shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Facebook groups are amazing. They help you in so many ways. They help you find tribes. They help you to actually grow an online community. But nothing compares to that face-to-face connection that happens at a blogging conference, and it can grow you like you would not imagine. So I highly recommend you to consider Focus Blogging Conference, because it's part of our agenda. We actually set a time aside to actually brainstorm together and actually network together and help each other grow. And this year, I'm real excited because we are bringing in an element to help you know what that looks like. So if you're not familiar with what networking looks like, we've got you covered, and we're going to walk you through it so that you can grow in this aspect as well. And then the last thing is motivation because of the investment that you've made. So you've heard it said that when you give people free things, they're not motivated to actually use it because there was nothing to invest in. And it's the same thing with blogging conferences. When someone actually invests in learning and actually invests in growth, they are motivated for that pure thing that they have something into it. They put something into it and they want to be seeing the results, the return on their investment. So there's motivation that comes with it. And so if you're lacking the motivation in your blogging, and if you're not seeing the growth that you really want to see, you really cannot afford to continue blogging without attending a blogging conference. It is the college, so to speak, or the further education that bloggers need to stay on top. And one thing that I really love about the more I attend blogging conferences and I get to meet some of the big names that are out there. I remember one time actually sitting at DigiCollab conference and getting the time to talk with Pat Flynn at a dinner. And it amazed me how big he is in the blog. I mean, everyone pretty much knows Pat Flynn's name, but he's so down to earth, and yet he talks about how he was reading this book, or he's attending this conference, and he's doing this and he's doing that. He hasn't stopped learning. He's going to keep learning because he wants to keep growing. And so if you've been blogging for a long time and you're not seeing the growth that you feel that the time you've put into isn't working, it's because you're not doing the right things and you're not focusing on eliminating the wrong things because you probably don't know what they are. You're not furthering your education, and you're not networking, and you're not motivated like you could be if you were investing in what you were doing. So I would like to personally invite you to Focus Blogging Conference, August 18th through the 20th. And we have tickets going through July 31st. We have room for you. We would love for you to attend and enjoy our intimate conference. And then if you're not able to make it, we have pre-sales going on through the 22nd of July, where you actually get this year's audios of our workshops as well as last year's audios, but that's only available until the 22nd for our pre-sale. So make sure you check out focusbloggingconference.com and check to see the benefits that you have with us, and we would love to see you. We would love to help you grow, network, and brainstorm. So thanks for joining me today on our video, and be looking for one again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.